loosely.
I want to see, listen, like, and I talk about this on my show all the time, like, there's so much fake money in Housewives. Like this is just, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this topic, but like, I like to go down and like, I did a live pod, like I do a live podcast shows every, that's one of my biggest questions. Like, David, tell us who has real money in Housewives. And so I don't like all the fake money when like you're renting a house or like you're living a great life like Kim and Croy, and then you find out you owe like $2 million. Well, you don't have any money if you owe $2 million. So I agree, like Beverly Hills, there's a lot of players on the Beverly Hills Housewives with real money. Why can't you do that in New York? Like, and I know a lot of them won't film, but I want to see the real Gossip Girl, like where your mom's apartment was, like the Upper East, like on the Park, true filthy rich. I think that would be, I don't want to see regular people.
Well, we're going to get true filthy rich with Jenna Lyons.
She has that much, huh?
She is wildly successful. But like Bethany, wildly successful. Again, I don't know her bank account, but she is wildly successful. So
that's interesting to me. But where are like the society, like the charity events, like the woman who is like, there's all these rules for the charity event, and yet she doesn't follow them, and she's so rich, they're like, you can break the rules. Like, where is that woman? Like, that's who I want on the Housewives.
On Instagram or TikTok this morning, I don't know if you saw it, about Kyle Richards' party that they did in SoFi Stadium. What is that?
I saw that.
What is that?
And Erica Jane performed.
And now, by the way, Kyle is real rich.
The agency, man. The agency is no joke.
No joke.
I mean, this is bigger than buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. Like, there are offices everywhere Mauricio is. He's done very well for himself.
And his partners are lovely. I know one of the other families. But that was something this morning. Who rents out SoFi? Kanye did that when he proposed to Kim up in Northern California. But I can't wait to see what that was, because obviously they were filming.
They were filming. It was the finale. It's over. And like Denise Richards was there. Camille Grammer was there.
Now, who pays for that?
Listen, I highly doubt that. I mean, I don't think Bravo pays for that stuff. I really don't. Like, they pay for the vacations the people, the girls go on when it's their vacation. I mean, I can't imagine how much that would be. Maybe Bravo gives you a small stipend, but I mean, I can tell you for other franchises, they definitely don't pay. I mean, I know people that have had like 50th birthday parties and things where it's over the top, and Bravo won't even pay for that. And it's like the New Jersey version. No offense to RHONY. So I can't imagine that they are just paying. It's evolution. I can't imagine they're paying for that.
But someone once told me, it may have been you, that half these women go broke doing the show because the level of wealth you're supposed to display is so over the top that the wardrobes are $1 million.
Totally.
So how do some of these women even afford to be on it?
Especially in the beginning. The first year salary is like 60. I mean, maybe it's like 80 now, but it's that. So imagine you have to do hair, makeup, wardrobe. They don't. This is why you hear of people like, it's just this living is such a desire to like be on the show, and then you're living above your means. Like, that's what happened to the Chrisleys, and now they're both in jail.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Okay, you revealed. Okay, we're gonna talk about my favorite Bravo show, which we all know is Below Deck, my obsession. You revealed something to me the other day.
This is like when I'm out at night and I run into people on reality TV, it's like we can have a great conversation. But then when I reveal this on the air, you're the same way. It's like whatever you say in a text or a phone call to Melissa Rivers, David, will be brought out.
Not true. But this particular, you and I do talk off the record.
I know.
But this one you did reveal to me yesterday that you have a full-on crush with Fraser.
From Below Deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had him on my show, and listen, I have crushes on a lot of people as they come on behind the velvet rope at times, but listen, he seems, I mean, I don't see a boyfriend there, first of all. I like that You don't really know. I mean, is he? He's kind of like mysterious. He's not the type to put his stuff out there. And then I personally think that he is a trust fund child. I've decided he is always like, I'm in Switzerland at the Ritz, and now I'm in Aspen, and I'm not. I don't know what chief stews get paid these days, but I'm not saying you need to be a trust fund, but it doesn't hurt. And not saying that's not. So I'm just so intrigued. I mean, he's also cute and he's nice. And yeah, I have a full-on crush, Melissa.
Yeah, but he's very tightly wound.
I'm like, okay with that. I mean, I'm like a little bit of an A-type personality, especially when it comes.
A little?
Okay, well, I am. And especially with work. And I feel like there's a proper way to do things and there's an improper way to do things. And I'm okay. Listen, I find that two tightly wound personalities, either it's perfect or yes, you literally want to kill yourself. You know what the problem is? I say that I want someone laid back, and then you meet someone laid back, and then it's like, then you have to do everything. Like, where do you want to go to dinner? I'm like, oh my God, like, I just don't want to think. So sometimes when someone has a tightly wound personality, they'll say, be here, shut up, do this. And you're like, thank you. This is perfect.
I always want someone who can deal with shit at the airport, so I don't have to be the one, finding out. Like, I go up to the desk and ask, how much longer did it? Like, I need someone to be able to do that because it would just be so nice.
See? Now, if you had someone really quiet and not tightly wound, they would never approach a desk. They would be afraid.
I think you and I need to be married. But let's go back to besides.
Melissa, any day that you want to be married. I told you, I have a Hamptons house. Here you go.
I have the LA house.
I was just going to say, I'm going to give up my apartment in LA. I'll come move there. And you do what you want when you want it.
Oh, God, it sounds too perfect. Okay, let's go back to Below Deck.
Okay.
Lots of changes. The retirement of Captain Lee. And they are keeping it very under wraps who they're going to replace him with. We know it's not Captain Sandy because she still has her own show. Who do we think it's going to be? Are they going to bring in someone completely new?
I wouldn't mind someone completely new. Or you have to look at like a really senior bosun, right?
Well, you would move actually up a first officer because from bosun you go to first officer.
This is why Below Deck is your favorite. I don't even know the right. So who's a first officer in the Below Deck franchise? Like, I know Malia, right? Wasn't Malia a bosun? Isn't she, or is she now that she's like the first officer?
Malia, I think, became a first officer. And most of these bosuns and first officers are getting their licenses for the bigger boats. I wouldn't be surprised if Malia already has the qualifications. I'm a Malia fan. I personally think she's too young.
You know who I thought would have been great, but I believe because of his exit and there was a season where there were like racial claims, and now I think Bravo is done with him, is Eddie.
Yes, Eddie would be great, but Eddie with the cheating and then the lying, it's become a whole thing. There is a new sex symbol now that we've lost Lee as stud of the sea. There's Captain Jason on Australia. Now, have you seen him?
I have seen him. Now, I prefer Fraser, but I have no problem with Captain Jason. I think you don't have a problem with Captain Jason.
Not at all. Not at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Captain Jason. But I just think it's sad that we're losing Captain Lee. And someone said to me, oh, they pushed him out